Welcome back to Live Arena, people. This episode of Live Arena is brought to you by Vasal of the Seal. I pulled him recently in an attempt to get enough points for something. I already don't remember. How have I built him? I have built him in all this stuff. I built him in Feral, Bolster, Pinpoint, and Slayer. I kind of wanted to get the best of a bunch of stats, but Bolster is kind of the key. His raison d'etre is just to help the shielding on everybody else. I am not perfectly happy with the stats. Honestly, like a crit rate of 20% is complete garbage, but I wanted him to have enough accuracy. And so I'm using pieces that I wasn't using because I didn't want to strip any pieces off anyone else. Also, I re-geared Helicath. Again, I've re-geared him so many times. I think I've got maybe 5 different sets for him now, but I'm a little bit happier with the way this one worked out because now his speed is about 350. It's 347 exactly. His defense is still decent. His crit rate also sucks, so his damage won't be good, but he gets the benefit of a little extra resistance from that. He's got 1 turn of Stone Skin, and he's just really fast, I guess. I didn't get any of the protection stuff. Oh well. Yeah, if I go to the filter, this is what I mean about the preset. I got 5 different sets to go through with him. So I've got like my fastest that have 9 pieces of protection. I've got different hybrids that I've tried out, like the Feral and Stone Skin hybrid. But anyway, let's go do some arena fights. That is why we're here. We have the daily quest that's going that means I got to get 1 win. 1 win's all I need. So I'm going to be using Vasal of the Seal. He's right here. Maybe I'll even pick him for... No, you know what? I'm going to go with Mortu Macabre first. Just because he's got that 5-star polymorph. It's good to have that in the front of the party so that I have the best chance to activate a polymorph on a debuffer before he debuffs the whole party. But I'm going to bring Vasal of the Seal, and I'm going to bring my new Helicath. And I'm going to do an all-demon team thing again for at least a number of these fights. I may or may not do it for all of them because it's not the best strategy. The best strategy is probably to go for my 5 best champions, one of whom is Mortu Macabre. So he's got Armands and Sun Wukong. No surprise. Usually the first 3 picked are these 2 and her. But I'm going to go for an all-demon team. So let's get Vasal of the Seal and Duchess. And then, of course, I'm going to go with Helicath and Volcanoes. And I'd be willing to wager they're going to ban Volcanoes. I tried Vasal of the Seal a little bit yesterday, and he got banned, which I found surprising. I mean, I'm wondering if people just see Vasal of the Seal and they think, does Gavin know something that I don't? I guess I better ban Vasal of the Seal. But honestly, I don't think there's much to him other than the passive bonuses that he gives to everybody. So Vasal of the Seal gives an extra 20% crit damage to everybody as long as he's alive. I'll just go with them. Harima. Good choice, Lucas. Harima is, of course, the response to the whole demon team thing, which I more or less expect. So at this point, she's just the automatic ban. He banned Volcanoes, no surprise. I could even go with this aura. And maybe I will. Or maybe I want the speed. I'm going to go with the HP. He's got a nice HP aura. Why not take advantage of it, right? So, what do you all think of the new Chimera boss? I tried a first fight. It's all right. It's another boss. It's another weekly boss, right? And there's another champion that you can slowly chip away at getting. I don't think I'm going to have the time to actually get the new mythical, which is too bad. So I've already lost Helicath, but that's okay. My secret weapon is still Mortu Macabre. I don't know how useful Vassal of the Seal is going to be, but he is passively increasing the damage that Mortu can do. Ooh. Lost my Duchess already. Okay. Well, and you know what? This is something I really should have considered. Patty can actually increase the accuracy of Armand's. So I try to have high resist on Mortu Macabre and Volcanoes. Mortu Macabre's got about 730 resist, I think. So that can be enough for your average Armands, but your average Armands getting boosted by this accuracy thing, and forget it. I'm not going to be able to resist shit. It just won't work. So, good game, Lucas. Just going to have to try again. And this is the thing, the all-demon strategy, it's not a winning strategy. I'm trying to see if Vassal of the Seal can be good. In fact, I want to go back for a second and just show you the ratings, but you know what? Chances are, if you're watching my video, you're also playing this game, so you can just go and look at Vassal of the Seal's ratings. His in-game ratings are some of the lowest I've ever seen. And I'm thinking he can't be that bad, guys. Can he really be that bad? So I built him in bolster, so he at least gives a nice big HP shield to everybody else. Yeah, I'm going to start with him again. And yeah, we'll just put... Nah, I'm gonna start with Duchess. I just want to make sure I get these two regardless. I like opening with these two because I can actually pivot into anything I want. I could pivot into the king and queen from here if I decided they'd just be a stronger pair. I might even do that. Depends on what they pick. So they got Rotos, they got Siphi, a legendary pair. Maybe I'll still go for the demons. Why not? There's also an opportunity to get a free Sir Nicholas, or free in double quotes, because of course it's not going to be free. It's like 2,000 Yuletide points, and when they've done these events in the past, they used to only go up to 1,500 points. And this time, I think they sneakily made them just a little bit higher to deceive people into thinking, okay, we've done this before. We could probably do it again, but it isn't necessarily them pulling a fast one on us because they might just give more points in different events. But if they don't, then it is going to be a more difficult series of events for people. And I'm even thinking about going for it because when I started this game, I really wanted Sir Nicholas. I think he was the first champion that I really wanted. My first year was 2020. So in the Christmas of 2020, they had a, I think it was a chant training tournament, and the top prize for 1 out of 100 people was Sir Nicholas. And I was really hoping I could get that one. Oof, this is not going well. So now finally there's an opportunity for me to get him after all these years. But at this point, I've got a 4-year-old account. I've got just about everything lined up exactly the way I want it. I don't need Sir Nicholas for anything. It would be more of a want at this point than a need. But he's still there, and if you're new or if you're looking for an unkillable clan boss team, you absolutely could go for him. I'm just going to give up. This didn't work out. I don't even know why this didn't work out. I have to assume it's because their Armands has too much accuracy. He'd have to have at least 800 accuracy to be hitting me like that. And actually, I don't think it was the Armands. I think it was the Galathier that did that. You know what? And this is another thing to watch out for. It may also have been Six-star polymorph. I was not paying attention. Usually I try to be extremely vigilant because if I see a six-star polymorph, I know it's going to be a huge problem for me. So I'm going to go with the demons one last time. And if this doesn't work out, you know what? I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna go for a team I know has a reasonable chance of winning. I'll go for my faster champions. I'll try to win on speed. I might even still take Helicath because at this point with his 350 speed, he actually has a good chance of going first as long as he's with my main speed lead. But I'm going to try this one more time. So he's got 5-star polymorph here. He has a 5-star Armands, which is always bad news because the 5th star, of course, gives extra accuracy to him. So let's go for these two because I know I want them. And I will take Vasal of the Seal again, even though I'm starting to hate him. I think I'm starting to see where the hate comes from. So he's already got an increased accuracy here. I'm either going to have to ban her or him. And really, I also don't want him to have this guy, so that this is all really bad news for me. Okay, I'll take Vasal of the Seal. I will take Volcanoes. I will, pardon me, folks. I will ban someone. Who am I going to ban? I feel like it has to be one of these two because the increased accuracy is going to make Armands impossible to deal with. Armands might even have enough accuracy anyway. But I think Lady Mikage will be impossible to deal with even on her own. So yeah, I'll do it this way. I'll take the speed aura. At this point, I just want to go fast. So I've got a 24% on top of 347 speed. Helicath's base speed is what, like 100 and something. So it's at least 24 more points. So I got maybe 370. Nice. So I go first with the block damage, block debuffs. Can these buffs hold? That's the question. And if they can, and they can't, so now he gets to target whoever he wants first, which is probably going to be more too macabre. Oh, neat. I get another move before he gets to go. Wow, my Helicath is really fast now. Yeah, this is no good. This still isn't working. At this point, I'm getting pissed off. The Volcanoes team works pretty well in Platinum, as long as they don't have a 6-star polymorph. Strained back. Oh, my condolences to you. Okay, I'm gonna try it one more time because this actually looks like a slightly weaker account, so I might be able to bully him. So let's go for I'm gonna start with Duchess. I want to make sure I have him. Her. Got to get my pronouns right. It's a her. Pronouns are important these days. Just ask anybody. They'll be like, yeah, pronouns super important. That's where we went wrong as a civilization. When we invented gender into language, that was our mistake. Now we've still got this trouble. We're oppressing people with our gendered terms. At least we're not French or Italian or Spanish. I mean, even their inanimate objects are gendered. That's just so much to deal with. I mean, like a pen is female in Spanish, but a pencil is male. How are we supposed to keep track of these? Gavin, what are you talking about? So I'm going to go for more too macabre. I'm going to go for Helicath. I'll take Vasal of the Seal just because he has that nice passively helping the rest of the party. Does anyone else out there use Vasal of the Seal? Is anybody else out there interested in making him good? Like everyone can get him. That's one of the things about him. He's a guaranteed champion As long as you do Doom Tower for like 3 years and do all the secret rooms on hard difficulty. That's not an easy ask, is it? But if you play this game long enough, it'll happen. Okay, I want to ban. Maybe I want to ban Sun Wukong. He might actually be the most dangerous one here. She's pretty dangerous too, though. In fact, I should err on the side of banning the mythical. So I'm losing my Duchess. I can live with that. It's not like I was going to support him to death. I do love my Duchess though. She's my only plus legendary. For some reason, the game decided to give me 4 of her. Anyway, I could go for my block damage. Hopefully these buffs can hold, but there are at least 2 different champions that can strip buffs from us. No, there's 3. Even Arbiter can do it. The only one who can't strip buffs directly is actually Mithrala, but Mithrala can still hit us with her Hex, which will petrify us if our resist isn't high enough. So hopefully Mortu Macabre's resist is high enough, although it looks like it isn't. But Volcanoes, with his 877 resist, I think he might actually make it. I might finally get to do something with Volcanoes in live arena this session. Do I want to use this now, or do I want to wait? I'm going to wait. Also, his A1 hits through block damage, so I might actually be able to kill the Sun Wukong. Nope. Not yet. And now I'm stunned too, so that's fun. So Vasal of the Seal gets an attack. He's locked out. This can add an HP burn, but only if they're under HP. Yeah, okay. So here's what I'm going to do. We'll attack her for like practically no damage. I'm going to take out the Wukong if I can. There we go. That's why I love Volcanoes. So, good game strain back. Go see a physiotherapist. They can work miracles. I know it seems like a waste of money. Because you see your physiotherapist and you're like, physiotherapist, doc, you gotta help me. I hurt my elbow. And he's like, yeah, you got a hurt elbow now. Doc, it hurts when I go like this. Yeah, you gotta go like this. About 1,000 times. But don't go too far that it hurts. Just do it just enough that it hurts a little, and then you hold it for 5 seconds. Just keep doing that. Thanks, Doc. And I apologize. I keep knocking my microphone. I suppose I could lift it every time I try to drink my tea, but you know, I don't wanna. So, he's got Armands again. He doesn't have the 5th star, so he's going to be a little less accurate this time. There's maybe a little bit of hope that I can resist his bullshit. So I'm going to do these 2. I almost certainly need to rebuild Vasal of the Seal if I want him to be effective in combat, but I am not entirely sure what I even want to build him in. I don't have the best bolster pieces anyway, so maybe that was part of the mistake in choosing bolster for him. Actually, I'll do it this way. So sometimes people will ban whoever's last for reasons unknown. Who am I going to ban? Oh, Lady Kimmy, 100%. Because she has that increased accuracy, and I don't want to deal with that. That's going to make Kymar and Armands both impossible to deal with. This way I just have to deal with 2 nukers. The stone skin should be able to hold as long as Armands can't strip it, and as long as Kymar can't strip it. Kymar is of course going to reset everybody as well, so there's going to be a lot of damage coming. which is why Helicath might have been great, because he could block all that damage. But I can go with Volcanoes. He gets me the extra speed. He gets me the extra defense. These stats are all gonna converge to give me a win. I can feel it. This is gonna be a good one. I'm still going first even without Helicath. Awesome. So Duchess will put up her buffs. Armands goes for that, despite the fact that I got a lot of people in Stone Skin. I'd have gone for the sheep there. That's what I'd have done. Kymar goes for the strip. Manages to sleep my Duchess and no one else. So this is good news for me. Okay. I'm going to go for the fear. That's great. True fear on almost everybody. Excellent. Love seeing Armands lose a turn for a change. Eat dirt, Armands. There, he's gone. He's just out of the fight now. And this team has no reviver on it, so I don't even need the block revive, but it's still nice to have that block revive. Here, I'll hit the really beefy one with this. So he's gone. And I'd love to single out Vlad the Flailer next. He was invisible, but now he's not. Anyway, good game, Bogwart. I think... Do I already have another one in the inbox? And I'll collect that too. Am I passing it? Yeah, I'm passing it. It's right up here. There's also a cool summon event. I'm not sure what I want to do. If you happen to want to share your opinion, what I'm thinking of doing is pulling a bunch of sacreds and going for Mortu Macabre and seeing if I can just get some duplicates of it. I love Fenax as well, but the thing is mine is already +4, so honestly, I'd have to go for something else. It's almost too bad because this is the exact kind of event that I'd have been waiting for. A progressive chance on Sacred Shards. Anyway, let's get back to the arena. We want to go to this one. And I'll do either 5 more fights or 10. Kind of depends on what I'm feeling. Right now, I think I'm feeling like just going for another 10. Why not, right? Now everybody goes for Armands. And this is an opportunity for me to just say, nah, I'm going to take him this time. But you know what? Mini Minto, you can go ahead and take Armands. I am not going to miss Armands when I go from this game. And I am just in case you're just tuning in somehow. And he didn't go for Armands. That's nice. That's very refreshing. But there are a number of things about this game that are just really, really getting to me. And I need to quit. So I have made a vow to quit by January 1st of 2025. And if you know me, you know I follow through on my plans. Usually, unless there's a good reason not to. But at this point, there was a good reason to make the plan to quit. Because the thing is, there are things about this game that I do like, and things that draw me in. I'll pick these two. So it's practically impossible for me to just casually play this game and give myself a little time limit, like saying, okay, I can continue to play next year, but only for 10 minutes or only for 30 minutes. But I'd invariably end up breaking that because even just regearing a champion can take 2 frickin' hours. I am not sure who I want to get rid of, but Taras kind of looks like the one, I think. If a bunch of buffs go up, Taras is going to hurt me a lot. And I get to keep Volcanoes, which means if a bunch of buffs go up, they're all going to be on fire. So they're going to start with the boost, probably. Even though it's tempting not to, because she's got to know that she's going to catch fire as soon as she puts out all these buffs. Youch. There goes one of your champions. Really just one of the two nukers gone already. Now I'm putting out a bunch of buffs, which actually helps Xena go super duper quickly. That's part of the idea behind Xena. And Xena does more damage the more buffs that are up, but of course I'm under block damage, so I'm taking 0 damage, multiplied 0 damage, and it is still 0 damage. So she gets revived. I am not sure. Maybe I'll do this. Hit both. We got her under a fear. I think this is pretty much a good game. So good game, Mini Minto. And really, out of all these fights with the Vassal of the Seal, all he's really managed to do so far is give me that bolster shield because I put him in a bolster set. Any bulky champion could be doing that. He is passively improving damage as well. So we might even surmise that he's making the other champions in his team better. But that still feels very passive. Although, I don't know, you could say the same thing about Duchess, right? Because Duchess also passively makes everybody tougher. She passively makes everybody tougher. Vasal passively makes everybody meaner. This guy might be AFK, which is A-OK. I'll start with Mortu Macabre and Duchess. I'll go for an all-team and team again. Why not? And if he really is AFK, if he really is away from keyboard, the ban is just going to fall on Mortu Macabre. And it also means that his auto picks are going to be just whoever is highest rated champions. If I leave mine on auto, it will automatically go to Mortu Macabre because he's got the most resistance, because resistance is just worth more points when it comes to player power or champion power. It seems that resist is just the thing worth the most. So your your 5 most resistant champions seem to be the one that get picked. So for me, it's Mortu Macabre, Volcanoes, Cardinal. I think Phenax is in there. He's not resistant, but I think Phenax gets thrown in. And it might be Lady Mikage that gets tossed in. Okay, so he wants to go fast and he wants to spread bombs on us. That means I want my resistant champions. So Volcanoes and well, I'll go for Helicath first. And then, of course, I'll take Vasal of the Seal. Although probably the correct choice would be to go for Wither the Crowned. Just so I have the option of using her aura. She's also a cleanser, so that helps. I've also got her in Guardian gear, and she has some masteries that also absorb damage. So the Guardian gear helps absorb damage from the others. The passives, or the masteries, they're masteries. They help absorb some of the damage from the others. I'm almost talking myself into taking Wither this time. But Vassal of the Seal does put out that shield, which also takes away damage that can be incoming, especially from bombs. I'm not sure about this. If anyone else out there is sure about this, feel free to just say in the comments. Um, does shielding actually reduce the amplitude of bomb damage? Because it feels like it does. When I try to bomb out an enemy team and they've got thick shields around them, it doesn't seem to do as much damage to the shield as it would do to a health bar. It's like if they have 20k in shielding, that might absorb all of the bombing, whereas the bombs might actually take out 60k in HP. Anyway, who do I really want to get rid of the most? We could get rid of the speed. I think I just want to get rid of... I think I want to get rid of him. Because he can place all of the bombs and have them go off in one turn. And basically, as long as that doesn't happen, Helicath will have enough time to place block damage so that the bombs can't kill everybody. Anyway, now I feel like there might be somebody planning this fight because he didn't eliminate Mortu Macabre. He eliminated Volcanoes. So I'm going to go for the speed. Or do I want the HP? Maybe I want the HP, just to be extra tough. So let's see if I can resist and or just absorb the bombs. So Lysandra speed boosts everybody, right? She increases the attack, so these bombs are going to hurt if they land. And they are landing on everybody. So... oh no, I'm in a lot of trouble now. Because I was hoping that at least one of his 2 hits would be a weak hit against Helicath. That at least gives Helicath the opportunity to put the block damage up. But nope, no opportunity to do it. Everything just went Titus's way. Unless this one bomb happens to not kill Mortu Macabre. No. Not a chance. Wow. So, good team, Titus. Clearly, I underestimated you. Perhaps it would have been smarter to get rid of his speed lead. So we're up against Hancock. I'm going to go for Mortu Macabre again. And Duchess. He's got a Rhodos, having me think he's probably going to get an Ultimate Death Knight just to make his Rhodos more difficult to kill. I'm not going to try to block his Rhodos with an Ultimate Death Knight, even though it's tempting. But I want my demons, so I'm going to take my demons. Yet another reason why this is really the inferior tactic, because the smart play would be to go for, say, Ultimate Death Knight, and then just somebody else that's going to be good. All right, so I'll take Vasal of the Seal. And I often want to just go for Rhodos, but maybe Galathyr is the right choice here. Not sure. I guess I'll go with Rhodos, just in case. So I'll take Volcano's Aura. It's going to come down to how accurate is that Galathyr. So I get the first shot. Excellent. Just block damage. So now they have to have enough accuracy. So Kymar, can you strip my block damage? A little bit. And that shield may actually have saved me a little bit. We could actually say that counts. I think maybe Vassal of the Seal maybe saved me just a little bit. Who am I attacking? Because I don't necessarily want to knock him out before I can block revive on him, but I don't know, maybe I do. Because Kaimar is going to go for his reset. Looks like he's going to get to do it anyway. So let's go for the fear attack. And this one. Nice. I think we pretty much got it. Good game, Hancock. So has anybody actually tried the Chimera boss yet? I tried him once with my best start guide account, the Wix Enormous account, and I left it running so I could hang out with my girlfriend in the kitchen right before she had to head off to work. Um, it's all right. I don't. It's another clan boss. It's interesting that there are. Here, I'll go with him. Um, that there are like little quests that you can take on or that to look out for while you're fighting the boss. So you try to passively improve your score a little bit by doing some secondary thing. That's cool because it means you could just ignore it and at least get times one the points rather than having absolutely to go after a bunch of bullshit quests that maybe you're just not prepared to go after. So it's nice that it's kind of it's like it's a bonus rather than being a requirement. Like Hydra seems to require so much for you to even have a functional team. With Hydra, you got it's like you got a requirement. You got to block buffs on the Hydra. You got to provoke the cleansing head. You need Hex. You need increased speed. You need to decrease the Hydra speed. You need to have multiple DPS champions so that if your DPS champion gets swallowed, you can free him quicker. It's too many requirements. I mean, after all this time, you'd think people would be used to Hydra, but people still seem to hate it. So I'm going to ban... Maybe Armand's does look like the most annoying champion on this team. Although it would be really annoying to get bombed out again, but I think we could survive. So I'm going to leave the bomber in. I'm going to take the increased speed and the increased defense that I get from volcanoes. I'm going to hope for the best. I mean, if we have enough resist on volcanoes and Mortu Macabre, they should be able to just murder the whole team. And they can feel free to kill my other two. But I get block damage. And this is the beauty of having a Helicath at about 350 speed is basically as long as he can stay alive, which at this point I don't know if that's going to happen. But as long as he can stay alive, he can keep these guys under block damage pretty much forever. It'll never be off them. Not until they can kill Helicath. So, good game, Metal Time. Good time, Metal Game. Now, who else is going for Sir Nicholas? There's another question for you all. Who is going for Sir Nicholas? Should I go for Sir Nicholas? I don't need him. I just want him. But I mean, I at this point I've got less than a month, so I don't know if I'll have time to build him. Okay. Do I want to start with Mortu Macabre? Do I want... You know what? Let's be a little different. I'm going to go for different champions now. I'm going to go for some of my older favorites. So, like I've said, usually, like the meta seems to be these are the first three champions that are gone for. It didn't happen every time in this session, but it's amazing how frequently These are the three champions that get picked the first. The first three. The first of them. So they're going for a bomber and a speed lead. Okay. I see that strategy, and I will raise you a... I want to bring Mortu Macabre, but I think I'm going to bring him last. I think I want to go first, so I'm going to bring my fastest champion, and I'm going to bring Fenax. So I have a nice little ally attack. And I'll round it out with Mortu Macabre. Basically, in case I get outsped, he's going to be my contingency plan. They've got Hefrak, and I think maybe that's who I want to get rid of. Just because he's such bad news if I kill anybody else before Hefrak. So I'll go for my speed aura. I can take it from either one. Come to think of it, it's 28. I'd be willing to wager I get to go first here. So I can probably combo them out. I don't have my ally attacker, though. They banned her. But I still have Fenax. He should be fast enough. So speed boost. He gets frozen. No problem. Sun Wukong is also a contingency plan. He just synergizes really well with Mortu Macabre because he'll keep coming back as long as Mortu Macabre stays alive. Which ideally is at least a couple of turns. Nice. No more Armands. Who else do I really want to make sure I get rid of? Him. No more freezes. I'm going to give him the opportunity to use his bombs. I'm basically playing chicken here. Like, I shouldn't have done that. That was not a great strategy, but... And I've blown up my own team. I probably should have gone for Arbiter first there. But again, this is me just pressing my luck. And Sun Wukong takes it home. So, good game, Metal Time. Again, I realize I just fought you twice in a row. So I'm going to take these. I'm going to take this as well. I got my 5 victories for the day. So this is a really nice time for me because this means I don't care about winning anymore. I could do whatever I want because I got my 5 chests. So I can even get kind of experimental. Let's see. He's got his speed lead. I'll take the 2 demons first. If I see something that's a bad sign, I can pivot out. Maybe I'll actually do that this time. I don't know. So he's got a 6-star Rat King. That's kind of scary looking. Okay. I'm going to commit to the demons. So we'll take him. We'll take Helikath. And I will round it out with Vassal of the Seal. Or you know what? Maybe I'll round it out with Wither this time. So that I get that resist aura. In case I need it. Oh, and he's going with Mesomel. And now I'm trying to remember. Does she have increased accuracy? I can't remember. If she does, that could be bad news. Mesomel is always bad news, so I'm just going to get rid of her. So this is once again coming down to, does his bomber have enough accuracy? And the answer is he might. So I get to keep the resist aura, or I could take the speed and the defense, which I really like. So the question is, am I trying to play... You know what? I am going to go for the resist. That's why I brought her. Let's take the resist aura. So with the resist aura, he's got, what, 930 resist, thereabouts? So how accurate is this Armands? And if I remember correctly, she can actually add decrease resistance to champions. So as long as she manages to land that at all, that could be really bad news for my resistant champions. Who do I want to target first? I really want to just get rid of her. And I want to give him the opportunity to drop his bombs. At this point, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's see if he can bomb me out. If he can, then you know, good game. You win. And if he can't, then you know, maybe he could just feel free to resign. I think he's at least going to bomb out Helicath. I don't think Helicath will survive these bombs going off. So she does her Night Purge. Decreases the cooldowns. She is now blocked from reviving. Maybe I'll just go for the AoE. Good game. Man, Volcanoes hits hard. He is a nasty, nasty champion. I absolutely love him. I think he's going to go down in raid history as my favorite Lego. What's your favorite Lego, people? Mine is Volcanoes. I could probably come up with a favorite for every rarity category. Sadly, because I've only ever had one mythical, it would basically have to be Lady Mikage. I don't know if this would still be true if I got another mythical, but if I got another one at this point, I mean, it's not like I'd be able to build that one up to the power that she's got. Like, when's the next time I'm going to get a +2 6-star mythical? I'll start with the Mortu Macabre. He is maybe my second favorite legendary, or it's Duchess. But it seems like my favorite legendaries at this point are all in the demon faction, and part of it is just because they go well on my team. And of course, she is the perfect response to demons. So let's pick. Let's just stick with my demons. I'm just going to commit to them. And I'm just going to ban Harima. And who keeps texting me? It's my D&D group. I had a really fun D&D session last night. Anyone else out there play Dungeons and Dragons with their friends over the internet? It is a really good time. Like way, way, way more fun than you could ever have playing this game. That's for sure. I'll take him. This is the thing. Like, this is the only fun part of the game for me, and that's why I like recording these, because I actually enjoy the live arena and the classic arena and even the tag team arena. I used to hate tag team arena because I found it was a bit much, but now I'm starting to get used to the idea of having multiple teams to just quickly pick between. So I said Harima, right? I think it still has to be Harima. And we're losing Volcanoes, which is no surprise. I'll take the bulk. Why not? I'll take the bulk aura. Anyway, play Dungeons and Dragons online with a number of my friends on this site called Roll20.com. This episode brought to you by Roll20.com. They're not paying me to say that. I just appreciate that they've created a website that facilitates playing Dungeons and Dragons with your friends, even when they live in other provinces or even other countries. So I guess top priority, take out Thor. We get rid of Thor. There's maybe no threat to the team, but it's still kind of contingent upon Mortu Macabre having enough resist. Because even all the block damage in the world isn't really going to stop Thor because he can hit through block damage. Part of what makes Thor one of the best nukers to get added this year. He really is a great champion. I actually really enjoy using Thor too. I should bring him to more of these live arena fights. Maybe I'll do that this session. Maybe I'll bring Thor and Freya. The two of them just work really well together. Did not get my peril that time. Really, really need it by the next time he gets a turn. Otherwise, this fight's not going to go very well. Especially if Duchess dies, which I'm more or less expecting at this point. She's not going to make it. Try to make her tough and healy and fast so that she gets enough turns to heal, but it's not enough. You really can't heal your way through a good nuking team. So here's my opportunity to hit everybody. I can't fear them. Maybe I should have observed that before I wasted that move, but you know what? I'm not expecting him to get another turn. Another problem is that I probably just made him too slow, but I really wanted him to be bulky so that his shield would be good and that his passives could continue to pay dividends. So here we go. Oh, double weak hit. You hate to see that. So now he's probably dead. I'm just going to resign. Good game, Ubavator. Good game. You beat me good and proper. Ooh, I get to have a rematch with Ubavator. Do I want to go for the demons again? Nah. I mean, if I go for the same team, I know he's going to ban my Volcanoes, which is who I really want. So let's go for some other champions. I could even take Thor so that he can't have him. Just to be kind of cheeky. Who else did he have that I could take? But you know what? I'm not going to play like that this time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take her and I'm going to take Sun Wukong. If he wants to take Thor again, he can have Thor. I'm going to go for my fastest champion, and I'm going to go for, you know what? Because he doesn't even look like he's going for speed either. Maybe I'll just go for a second ally attacker and Phenax. This way I have even more polymorph, just in case I need it. And I'll probably still finish off with Mortu Macabre. Maybe even inducing him to ban the Mortu Macabre. And we'll get rid of Harima again. So he's taking away Padraig, which is amusing. That would have been my speed lead anyway. So let's just lead with my speed aura from Sun Wukong. My Lady Mikage at +2 has a speed of 375, which plus Sun Wukong's aura lets me go first. So let's go for the ally attack. And we killed him. It isn't a permadeath, so he can pull him back in, but at least he doesn't open straight up with him. Maybe I would have had a better time if I'd taken Armand's out first. Well, it's probably going to come down to Mortu Macabre and Lady Mikage again, but I can try to control them a little better here. Do I want to lift this or do I want to go for the stun? You know what? I want to lift this because he hasn't even placed his block debuffs, which of course he's going to do. He's going to do his cleanse when he gets a turn anyway. So I think I made the wrong call. Youch. Ubavator, you are a nasty, nasty rival. And I still didn't get my peril somehow. And I can't even stun them. Okay, I'll try to slow him down. Maybe I can take them out this way. Well, good game, Ubavator. Seriously, like, that came right down to the wire. That could have gone either way. Okay, Dragon Warren, what you got? Starting with Armands. No surprises there. Uh, let's test his Armands then. I'm going to go for my demons again. Perhaps inducing him to go for Harima. Ooh, he's got Hefrak. Hefrak is another champion I just love to add to my roster just because he's a demon. And I love that revenge hit of his after they knock out your first champion. It's such a powerful combo. Um, so I'll go for him. I will go for him. I was expecting Harima. I'm always expecting Harima these days. So I'll take Vasal of the Seal. Or no, maybe I do want to go for Wither just to test it out. I don't know. This is Vasal's day, not Skeletor. I actually haven't. I 60'd him, but I haven't actually geared him or given him his masteries yet. I'm not sure what to do with Skeletor at this point. Has anyone else built Skeletor yet? And does anyone else have a plan for Skeletor? I'm not sure what to do with Skeletor yet. I'm not even sure why I built him because I didn't even really want him. But the thing is, I'm a Gen Xer. I'm an '80s kid. Like I I grew up on He-Man, and it's Skeletor. Maybe I'll just ban the Hefrak. No, you know what? I'm gonna ban the Crow. I think he's maybe the most dangerous champion on the team. So I ban the Crow. I'll take. Do I want the bulkiness or do I want the speed? Let's take the speed and defense. And the bulkiness helps if we don't have block damage, but with the speed and defense, Helicath is going to be better. And in fact, Volcanoes is also going to be better. So put up the block damage. Hopefully it can hold. So Armands, what's the damage? Can you remove my buffs? I'm expecting him to go for the sheep first. I think the sheep would have been the correct choice, but he did manage to stun my Vasal of the Seal. I got to come up with a shorter name for Vasal of the Seal. I mean, I could just call him Vasal or the Seal or VTS or Vassy. I could call him Vassy, the Vass Man, the Vassmeister, or even just Vass. So at this point, I might as well go for this, because I want to protect my Duchess a little better. It protects Vasal a little better. I really want to take him out, so I don't have to worry about him anymore. I'm just not worried about a couple of revivers. They aren't scary. Which one do I want to kill? You know what? Nice. I didn't plan that. It's very funny that he's taking damage from other champions as they go down. I guess that's kind of a fun plan. Let's go after him because I can hit through the block damage with Helicath's A1 and with Volcanoes' A3. So we can True Fear everyone. And can't quite knock him down. Maybe I'll take out Havfrak with this one, just because he's under the block damage. Want to get rid of him. He's the only DPS left. At this point, Dragon Warren, I'd say this is pretty much good game. I don't think you really have any way of winning. So yeah, good game, Dragon Warren. We got one fight left. And then I am going to have to call it a day. But this is not the last episode yet. I have many Fridays left. I am going to try to do one of these live arena episodes every Friday. Since it's the last fight of the day, I'm going to stick with the demons. I do love those demons. He's going first. That's like just 100% guaranteed. I think even my best speed lead just can't compete with that. So I'm going to go for Mortu Macabre Duchess. I want to come up with nicknames for all my champions. So yeah, Mortu Macabre will just be like Mickey or Morty. We'll just call him Morty. Hey, Morty, you gotta get in there and you gotta get repair Morty. Duchess will just be like, Duchess is already short for it, or Lily. Duchess Lily too. She could just be Lily. It sounds nice and feminine, right? I'm gonna go for Volky, and I'll go for Helly. Helly, Volky, Lily, Morty, and I guess I'll go with Vasi. I mean that matches the theme. Or Wither the Crowned, which I guess Wither's already short enough. I'll go with Vasi. When my opponent feels that it is time. And he's going with Harima because of course he is. So this is a really good team for tripping me up. I have no idea how to deal with it now. So maybe my strategy should still be get rid of Harima. I mean, not only is it Harima, but she has a 6-star polymorph, which is basically the absolute worst thing in the game for Volky. Worst thing in the game. I'm losing him anyway, but even without him, it's still the worst thing in the game for me to deal with. So I'll go with this speed. I think that's really my best chance of managing to do anything in this final fight. I may just lose very quickly. I'm already thinking the correct strategy would actually have been to go for my speed lead after all and just ban his RB. Because even if he eliminated my speed lead also, my Lady Mikage would be able to go first. So let's see, I put up the block damage. I think he hits through everything. There's no point. And this isn't a damage Helicath, so this is good game right here. So good game, Pacifist. Pacifist my ass. But anyway, thanks for joining me on this episode. I'll do another one next Friday. I'm probably going to do a shard pull episode next, come to think of it, because I do want, oh my god game. I do want to try to improve my Mortu Macabre. So I'm probably gonna do a shard pull video. I don't know, I might even do one now, but I'd probably still upload it tomorrow. But anyway, thanks for stopping by, everybody. Always a pleasure to hear from you guys, and see you on the next video. Take care.